Hey guys, Kevin O'Brien, Marine Corps League here at Palm Beach County. Now we're with the cool section of the Coast Guard. This is actually a pretty neat thing here. Even though they're wearing camouflage, you can see them pretty well. I'm with Chief Oseguera with Tactical Law Enforcement Team South, one of two teams the Coast Guard has to do law enforcement missions. Chief, how are you today?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Tell us a little bit about the mission and what you all do.
So mostly we do counter narcotics. So big Coast Guard, the blue Coast Guard, the one you see out here, they're doing all the, local recreational boardings and commercial. We go with the Navy, the U.S. Navy, or foreign and allied vessels that go out to the high seas, and we have law enforcement authority to stop vessels out there.
So your job necessarily isn't with the Coast Guard. You are with the United States Navy doing whatever mission they may have for you?
Yes,
to some degree?
under Title 14, we could bring that law enforcement to the Navy.
So okay, I got you. So because they can't under federal law do that stuff,
Correct.
you all can.
Correct, sir.
Gotcha, good. And to my right is
Chief Horonic.
Chief Horonic. Chief Horonic is also with the same team here. And tell us a little bit about what your job is and what your mission here is with this team.
All right, so I'm the Assistant Officer in charge of LEDET 408, Law Enforcement Detachment. So they work out of helicopters primarily. We go on board U.S. naval and allied vessels, and we are going to be the boarding teams on these small boats that once some of these engines shot out or stop, we will go on and actually do the law enforcement boarding.
Now let's talk about that. In front of us are some pretty serious firepower. These weapons, these rifles are used specifically to stop an engine on a vessel if they don't stop for you, yes?
Yes, primarily the M110 and the M107. The M240 here, this is primarily used for warning shots.
Okay, I got you. Now, these things get used because vessels or the operators of vessels aren't stopping for you if you're trying to get them to stop.
Yes, primarily, yeah. If vessels under international law, if they fail to stop and heed our warnings, that's one of the steps that we use in order to get the vessel to comply with our instructions.
I got you. Now, we talked a little bit before we came on camera. Your passport must be really stamped a lot because you get a chance to travel all over, not just all over the United States, but all over the world.
Yes, absolutely. All over the world, different countries, Africa, he just recently came back from. We got some other deployments coming up all over the world. So it's definitely not just a U.S.-based what we do with our job.
Now, how long have you been with the Coast Guard?
I've been in the Coast Guard a little over 10 years now.
10 years. Now, you're stationed here in Lake Worth, or are you stationed elsewhere?
All of us were stationed down in Miami. They're at the Air Station Miami, which is in Opelika, Florida.
Opelika, Florida. That's a search and rescue component, too, down there, right?
Yes, that's we're a tenant command on the actual air station, which they focus primarily on a lot of search and rescue cases.
Gotcha. And, Chief, you've been in the Coast Guard how long?
Close to 22 years now.
22 years. Wow. So you're going to make, obviously, a life and a career out of this.
I'm actually retiring in September.
Oh, congratulations. What do you have planned when you get out?
Hopefully a GS position that's coming up soon for me.
Very nice. Anything else to say to the folks that are out here that are going to see the video here about what your mission is and possibly if they get recruited into the Coast Guard, how can they get into this type of a unit?
We're hiring. So I joined the Coast Guard and I didn't know what I was doing. I was a young kid, didn't want to know. I'm in Miami. 4 years, let's see what happens. And now 22 years, I'm standing in front of you. So it's been a really good opportunity for me and I love my job. I come to work every day, proud to serve.
That's awesome. Thank you very much for your time, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you. Chief,
Thank
thank you so much. Appreciate you.